Overthinkers. How did you stop yourself from overthinking? Put it all in context. Will this matter in 5 years? Will they even remember that embarrassing thing I said? Did? Does it really matter? The answer is probably yes. But at least I gaslight myself into some peace of mind in the short term. Let me think about this for a while and get back to you. It isn't a habit yet. But I saw a great TikTok video that really worked for me. Basically, when you catch yourself overthinking, you ask yourself, what am I going to think next? And then when you answer it, you think your thought and ask yourself again. And on until you've reset the loop. Marijuana. I internally tell myself to stop if I catch myself doing it. It's not important, has become somewhat of a personal mantra. That and too much nicotine. Sleeping it off. It usually helps sometimes. Realizing it doesn't help, try some breathing exercises for a few weeks. Train yourself to slow things down. Lots of resources here, apps etc. Can recommend a couple if you'd like. I mean, if you stopped overthinking, then you are not an overthinker anymore. I believe you wanted to ask the ex-overthinkers. Stopped caring. I have a blackout and just concentrate on what I can hear. I just analyze the sounds around me. By cutting the crust off the shit sandwich that used to be my life. Disbalanced friendships. Toxic relationships. Family ties. Work. Unfulfilling hobbies and bad habits kept me stagnant and frustrated. What works differs per person. But once I got into a situation where the circumstances I could control changed until I felt free. Like traveling light. The overthinking diminished. It took conscious effort to stop constantly going over internal hypotheticals. Ceaseless weighing of all alternative future realities. Being bothered by past regrets and being overly self-critical for not meeting unrealistic goals and imagined external societal and social expectations. Guided meditation. Exercise. A new career path and an honest marriage mostly. I don't think at all. Only works when I'm alone though. Also, I watch a lot of true crime documentaries, so instead of thinking about all the stupid stuff I probably said in my last conversation, I think about how stupid Ted Bundy was. By drinking massive amounts of alcohol, I stopped giving a fuck about all the little steps in between and focus on one task at a time. Found that I get more done that way. My process is a series of questions. 1. What is bothering me or giving me anxiety? 2. Is there something I can do about it? If no, then stop worrying, there's nothing we can do. If yes, then go do it as soon as I can. I think it through with as much organization I can. Establish a beginning, a middle, conflict, and a end, solution. Asking overthinkers how they stop overthinking may not be the group to ask. I am not an overthinker because I live in the moment and let shit from the past go and don't imagine false unknown futures. Mediation helps because it teaches your mind how to be still. Something you rarely if ever put effort into. At first it will feel like a futile practice with thoughts constantly appearing, but every time you return to a single point of focus. That is what meditation is. It's like lifting a weight to build muscle. The more you do it, the stronger you get. Sleep. Smoked marijuana until I got diagnosed with ADHD. The meds help me actually focus and finish my thoughts before another one pops up and I derail completely. Overthinking fictional stuff instead. I binge TV or read books and just overthink stuff that gets me out my own head, problems. CHEMICAAAAAAALINTERVENTIIOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO Not sure if this hits with what you struggle with, but when I'm stressing about something bad happening, I ask myself 3 questions. What's the worst that could happen? What's the best that could happen? What's most likely to happen? It helps me gain some perspective on the situation and stress about it less. That's the neat part, I don't. You can't. Talking with someone about it or writing it on a piece of paper and getting back to it later. I don't. That's the neat part, I don't. As much as I thoroughly hate it, exercising until I'm completely exhausted. Conscious connected breathwork. Observation over commentary. Disciplined myself to make snap judgments sometimes. Let me think about it. I overthought overthinking. I never stop thinking. But doing something that can take all your focus helps. I normally find something to engage my hands like drawing, video games, crafts, etc. Then something to engage my mind like ASMRs, music, horror stories, etc. And somewhere comfortable to sit. That normally works. Training my mind to make a choice between wasting time obsessing on one thing or making good use of time doing other 200 more productive or fun things. Stopped caring. Thinking about other things. If I try hard enough, I can decide whether or not I want to allow myself to go into the overthinking spiral. I can recognize my normal triggers. Then remind myself why they are not valid thoughts.